Alright, hey everyone, welcome to Techie Dads. I'm Paul.
I'm Pej. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, I think in one of our earlier episodes, I briefly teased that I got the Division for Xbox One.
Right, the beta. You were on that and then you decided to pick it up.
Decided to pick it up.
All right.
The digital version. Still feel I'm getting the feel of things. There's still a lot to discover in the game. So I think I called it a shooter before.
Yeah.
Probably a disservice. This is more of a, first of all, it's all about massively multiplayer, the MMO aspect. But it's very much an RPG, although modern day, right? So apocalyptic, big virus takes over New York City, and the whole game takes place in that Manhattan Island. Very good detail to all of the maps and the buildings and so on.
So it's like you're in Manhattan running around blowing crap up.
But I think, it's not just about shooting stuff, it is about the gear. This makes it more reminiscent to those that have maybe played games like Destiny and so on, and Call of Duty to some extent, where you're trying to get the mods for the weaponry and the gear and the armor and everything else, and that makes a big difference.
Now, is that through like completing missions and then you get rewarded and then you can go buy equipment, or you get equipment?
You
or
get
like
equipment,
Diablo?
you can buy equipment, and
Okay.
you can craft equipment. Oh! So there's crafting in this game, and you pick up supplies throughout the world, and you can upgrade.
So this is like Far
weapons.
Cry and Watch Dogs,
Yeah.
all rolled into one.
And the combat itself makes it like a Gears of War, but third-party perspective. But it's all about the cover in this game. If you don't use cover, you're toast. And it does make a difference when you're playing co-op, right? So I've been in missions where it's just been brutal. Maybe making the boss, can't do it on my own. You basically call for help, go into matchmaking mode, and then people join in that mode. So and then there's other PvP modes within the game, like the Dark Zone and stuff, which I haven't tried yet. But that's an interesting game within a game, in the sense that you can work cooperatively or you can work against each other, and you kind of feel things out as you play those Dark Zone modes.
So with the so you're going up against the boss, you can't complete it. You call for help. You get people that matchmaking. Is it people at your level that are coming in, or is it just like whoever's available will jump right in and help you out?
It seems to be. I'm sure it's ranked. Someone's around that same area, that's around that same level.
Okay.
And they come in and join you.
Now, do you have to play the whole mission over again, or they're in there to, okay, you're at the boss and you died?
Yeah,
and
it's the same checkpoint, and they just join you. But you do have to find each other, and normally if they're across the map, you can do what's called fast traveling. So that's typical in other RPGs, right? You go to a city or a town, once you've discovered that zone, you can fast travel to it, and because it is a lot of walking. I mean, these maps are huge. It's New York, right? So 82nd and 3rd, it's far to get to the other end of the city.
What's the coolest weapon you've got so far?
I think what I'm going from right now, it's like an Uzi. It's a submachine gun.
Okay.
And everything's kind of colored, right? You get the rare guns and the unique guns, and I don't have.
So that's how they keep you motivated, right? You're like, just as you're about to go, all right, I've had enough for the night, you've got a rare weapon. You're like, oh, I got to see how this thing goes.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's the main campaign mode, which has got great cutscenes and everything else, and then there's side missions all over the place, where if you're a completionist, you're just going to do those things. And for every zone that you go into, it'll tell you what level you kind of should be. So if you're going to go into a zone that's over your head, you'll get your butt kicked, but it'll kind of tell you that. And you can see the scope of this game in terms of the map is absolutely huge. And you obviously start out at your main headquarters, which is where you do all the crafting and all the vendors are.
Right. A la Destiny.
Yeah, and then you have safe houses throughout the place, which are, maybe there's a vendor there, and you have your stash, which is
you can save and
your
stuff.
chest and stuff, where you can dump your stuff into.
Got it.
If you want to hoard that stuff, or you can cash it all in. So there's definitely a commerce system in place. I've heard rumors. I don't know if it's confirmed that you'll be able to trade with other people, but I haven't seen any signs of that.
You're liking it.
I'm liking it in the sense that at the beginning it's always exciting because it's rapid progression,
right?
Basically. And there's lots to go on, but as time goes on in these games, it usually becomes a bit of a grind, so I'm curious to see if the story kind of holds my interest.
Yeah, for sure.
And if it does start to feel like a grind. And some of those side missions are similar, right? But there's enough from the main plots. The main plot missions right now seem very good.
Well, I mean, the reviews have been very good on it. I mean, everyone's raving about the interactivity and how when they showed it at E3 last year, there was a lot of hype around the game, and now that it's out, is the hype still there? And a lot of people are like, yeah, I mean, it's as good as what was discussed at E3.
Yeah, there's some, Ubisoft. They've had some issues with some fans over the last while. So
sure.
And when a game's hyped for that long, it's almost always that the hype is higher than the game.
So,
but time will tell. I've already seen people on YouTube or whatever saying the 30th level, which I think is the cap. And I'm like 8th right now, so.
That's what happens when you have a day job.
It's gonna slow down. Once you get.
Very cool. Well, I mean, we'll have to keep us posted. I'm waiting for Doom that comes out in May, and of course the final installment in the Drake series, which I know you don't like because it's PlayStation only, but that should be. I'm looking forward to.
It's like Indiana Jones kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's great. But Division.